last part was like, Hey, good morning, CSL. My name's Jake. I'm the music director. My pronouns are he, him. That's Yuri. That's James. That's Joe. And we're the band. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you. We're taking band name submissions. I'm really excited to get going today. We have awesome music in store because we have the one, the only. Please give a warm welcome to Stephanie Ann Johnson. They're going to lead us in the opening sing-along. You all know it. You all love it. Sing along, please. Thank you.
Oh, And in that same note, the Spirit of God is upon me. And I know that for each and every one of us, that Spirit is individualized. It's created its own experience of self, big S self within the little s self, which is me and you. And I recognize and know that there is a beautiful inner call, an inner whisper of the big S self inside each and every one of us. I recognize and know that this day is a day for us to hear, feel, listen, and know that truth on an individualized basis. That between the music and the message and the beating of my own heart, I feel and know this truth. And I can claim that on my behalf, but also on behalf of every single person who's listening, knowing that we were uniquely created to be the expression of that divine one in all its splendiferous beauty. And so as I know and claim this truth, I'm grateful for everything that unfolds today, knowing that it is by divine appointment, that each and every one of us are called to step into who we truly are as a result of that inner knowing. And as I know and claim that, I release this in gratitude and appreciation, knowing all is well, all is blessed, and all is good. And so it is.
Just like the Olympics. You see that handoff with the mic? Woo! Watch out, 28. Here we go. Good morning, I'm Reverend Don. It's my pleasure to welcome you here this morning on the first regular season Seahawks Sunday morning. Yes. Now, we don't mind if you wear your Seahawks paraphernalia and come here for the 9 o'clock service on your way to the stadium so you can get amped up here in a deep spiritual way and then finish your amping up when you're safely at the stadium. Just keep that in mind because we are an inclusive community and we welcome Seahawk believers and the rest of you too. Okay, so already enough about Seahawks, because what I really want to share is that you are we are a community that comes together in multiple ways, including hybrid, online, in person, all of which is a place where we talk about and we teach ancient spiritual practices and bring in current science and philosophy into the room until we create support, ways of bringing that into our daily lives. I mean, every day. I have to share that when I found Science of Mind, these teachings, Centers for Spiritual Living in 1989, I knew I was home because everything we teach works every day. My business, my family, every day. And I encourage you to continue to explore what we offer because we have so much online to honor those who aren't local. We have so much hybrid where we create a community and we have and broadcast as much as we can to make ourselves available to each person wherever you are. Whether you're physically here or online, we are one in consciousness. We create that and strive to create that gathering energy whenever we meet. Now, things about meeting. You know, it's a lot easier to meet if you know when the meeting is. It's something, unless you would rather not, but what we do is we have an email on Friday that we send out to those that are willing to receive it. We ask your permission, and that's by signing up through our connection card, which is you can do physically with one of the cards here. Right now, there's a link showing up online that you can click and provide just your email address, maybe some basic information, and we will let you know every Friday what's going to happen the coming weeks, the coming months, so that you can choose what speaks to you in your spiritual journey. Maybe it's practical, maybe it's a business in spirituality, maybe it's esoteric in the world religions. But you won't know it unless you come look or you get an email and scroll all the way through it. So we would like to have you connect with us, keep us updated. online and in person whenever something changes, or you can ask one of us, or here in person, you can go to the registration desk. The equivalent of the registration desk is going to our website for those folks online. The couple of things that I wanted to highlight that are coming up today, the second Sunday, and it's every second Sunday, we have what we call a newcomer conversation, newcomer coffee and conversation. The coffee's downstairs, you don't even have to bring it, but we have a little gathering downstairs where we just are open for questions to share what's going on, how the church works, where are places to engage, just whatever, or just simply chat. Today might be Seahawks chat, I don't know. But it's an open time to come meet with some of the ministers or practitioners and just get some of your questions asked, or just to be with community. So it's just an open discussion that goes for about 20 minutes in between services. And so if you want to come join us, you got time. But it's every second Sunday. So make it, if you can, come one Sunday on the second Sunday and join us downstairs. This afternoon, we also have an honoring of our coming of age group. The folks that have been involved in that program over the decades. Give them a round of applause now. But this afternoon, there will be a celebration here at the church to honor all of those that were part of that program, and to thank them, honor them, and who knows, create the energy for what might be next. So that's this afternoon. And also, we have our 12-step recovery group that starts at 9 o'clock. So it's underway, and it's here in person only, but it is at this location. And that meets on the second Sunday of the month as well. And then finally, there's a practice of abundance. If you're looking for a little bump in your abundance, it's an online gathering this afternoon. It's a drop-in class. You just have to go to the website, or maybe there's a link being placed online for those of you online. But it's online only, and it's looking at Randolph Price's book around abundance. So it's a place to come and explore abundance and creating and expanding yours. All of this information is available at the registration desk, online. Please take advantage of it. And now let's get back to the day's program, which I'm looking forward to because I've heard her sing it. Stephanie M., please give us another song.
Wow, I'm trying not to choke while I talk. I'm really excited for this one. I made this arrangement a little while back, and it's from a super good movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? You probably already know what song I'm talking about based off that, but Stephanie Ann absolutely kills this arrangement. We all picked up super fast, and it's really fun. So thank you for listening.
As I went down in the river to pray, studying about that good old way, and who shall wear the robe and crown? Good Lord, show me the way. Oh, children, let's go down. Let's go down. Don't you wanna go down? Oh, children, let's go down, down in the river to pray. As I wait
Wow, wow, wow. Whew, that takes me back. That gives me some feeling of a Baptist church on a Sunday morning. Oh, man. That is something. Good morning, I'm Reverend Jerry. My pronouns are she and her, and I'm thrilled to be here. Thrilled to be with you whenever you're watching. Our theme this month is spiritual alignment. What that means to me is that when I am in spiritual alignment, I'm doing what God asked me to do. When I'm not doing what God asked me to do. And it's become a really visceral experience for me when I'm in alignment, when I'm not. Because I can feel it in my body, I feel it in my brain. And there's always that call to do what I should do. I titled this talk, Stop, Listen, Act. Because we can stop all we want and we can listen all we want, but if we're not going to do something, what's the point? Except you'll hear the nag. My God's a nag. I think I put that in the blurb online. My God's a nag. The reason that we should act is because in that process of acting, God gets to express what it wants to do uniquely through you and I. Because I'm not doing what you're doing. You're not doing what I'm doing. Even in the small parts of my life, small parts of yours, we're all doing something different. I play pickleball 4 or 5 times a week. I don't play like the other people. Some people, I wish I played like them. But we're all unique because God has individualized itself, put on our face and our body, and wants to do something. So it's up to us to find a way to listen. Back in 2003, I took this class called Fluency. I took it outside of CSL, but they actually brought my friend Marilyn Overcast, who taught the work, to CSL to teach it as well. And the class was designed to help us understand how God is speaking to you. How does that work? Now, many, many years ago, maybe I was a teenager when I really noticed it. I thought I'd be having these thoughts and that they were mine. And then I'd, act on them or not act on them. But when I took that class, I realized those weren't my thoughts. It wasn't me thinking something, I was hearing something. And that voice didn't speak the way I spoke, didn't use the phrases that I would use or the tempo of my speech. It was different. It was something inside my head. And, I'm not crazy, at least most people think I'm not. Some of you might. I've been known to be crazy. But in that class, it was like, oh, that's God speaking to me. And it speaks in a way that I understand, and it's not in my brain, but it does feel like it's in my head because I'm hearing it. I had been in the church for a little bit by 2003, but I didn't take foundations or what we would call beyond limits until 2004. And I wanted to begin to understand, what it is that we teach. And some of you may be new here. And some of you out there may be new to this thing we call religious science. So I want to tell you what we teach. And what I've come to know is that God is present in and as everything in the universe. Everything. So that's you and that's me. And anything that we would think about God being, that's what we are too. And that God is, many of us have grown up with a God that's out there, the guy in the sky or whatever your religious thing put it. But most traditional Christian teaching puts God somewhere out there. Even though Jesus clearly said the kingdom of God is within you. Clearly, over and over. But it became this thing where there's this God outside. And so I started coming here and I started understanding, oh, God's in here. But even that's wrong. Or not quite right, I should say. God is here. All of this, all of that, all of that. In Your Invisible Power, and I'm going to read this later, there's a line that says, I am not caught in your body, I am your body. Isn't that wonderful? I'm not caught there. I am it. And so this inner voice that speaks gives us the opportunity to allow it to express. Now, I've said no a lot. I mean, I've just said no a lot in my life. I'm like, no, Sometimes I pretend I can't hear it, la, la, la. But it's there, and you know it's there. And that's when you feel out of balance. You feel like something's not quite right because there's something that God wants to do, and you're not letting it do it. So what I've done mostly, I'd say in the last 7 years, is I've stopped. I don't know about you, but my life's busy. I don't even have to go to a 9 to 5. I don't have to sit at my desk as a 9 to 5 person. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I got to do this, and then I got to do that, and got to make sure the boss that, or make sure the employee that. I don't have to do any of that, and yet my life is so busy. And there comes a point where you have to find some quiet. Just find some quiet. You can do it in your car. All you mothers out there with young children hiding in your bathroom from your family, you can find some quiet there. My niece does that. I just think that's so funny. I'm like, where are you? She goes, I'm in the bathroom. Like, that's where we're having the conversation. Yes, be quiet. You can find it anywhere. You can find it in the grocery store, where you just tune it all out and tune it all in, because it's everywhere and it's everything. When you find that quiet, something happens. I'm not a meditator the way people talk, but I do just sit and shut up. If you don't mind me saying it that way. Just sit down and shut up for a little bit. Lately, my brain just doesn't want to turn off. But when I sit in my chair in my office, that I've been doing for the last 4.5 years every morning, it shuts up. So that's where I find my quiet. And that's where more and more and more I hear God speak. Sometimes I go to bed going, because I do this prayer every morning, right? And sometimes I go to bed and I'm like, okay, what are we talking about tomorrow? And go to sleep. I don't know what it is, but I know what it is by 6:30 usually. And I'm prepared by 7 to let the Word of God speak through me. I have a friend, and we were having this discussion recently, and she was very sure, really sure that God did not speak to her. I was like, no. God speaks. No, God doesn't speak to me. God speaks to you, and I know it speaks to Kathy Ann, but doesn't speak to me. And I'm like, we're not special. We don't have someone like hotline to the man upstairs. We don't have some hotline. We're not special. So as we continued to talk, she had a big aha. It was wonderful to witness. Wonderful to witness. She realized that any time that she had been inspired or had some great intuition or knew what to do, God had used light to speak to her. Light. It doesn't have to be auditory. And in that moment, we both were like, oh my God, this is wonderful. It's light that does it. God does it to you too. And if you're not hearing it or seeing it, just try to be quiet and say, okay, what do you got? Have fun with it. I've told this story many times, but some of you may not have heard it. God called me to ministry, and I just said no. And I said no, and I said no, and I said no with expletives, and none of it seemed to work. Because God got me, because it's a nag. I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that thing. But this thing that wants to express, it's not just going from us. It's not just going through us. It's not this. It's this. Because when it's expressing through us, it's expressing for us. You get that? We teach that God, it's for us, by us, with us, as us, in us. I missed one. Through us, thank you. It's cyclical. So whatever we say yes to, it's not going to be some terrible thing. There's a blessing in it for us. And that's what I've discovered with ministry. I never in my wildest dreams thought this would be a good job for me. And I have to tell you, I love it. I just love it. And I love sitting every morning and thinking about God and talking with people about God and praying with God. Like, who'd have thunk it? Certainly wasn't me. But that's the thing. If you start saying yes, you'll start feeling the blessing of it. Now, maybe there's something you're not saying yes to. And it could be as seemingly, and I mean seemingly, as insignificant as a phone call. God needs you to make a phone call. God needs you to have a conversation. God needs you to say something to that person in the parking lot. I don't know what it is. Or maybe it's something so big, like ministry, that it scares the bejesus out of you and you just keep saying no. But I'm telling you, I'm the evidence that if you say yes, there's a blessing beyond your imagination. And if for no other reason but a selfish one, do it. And by selfish, I mean because you get something. And the nag would stop. Anytime that we have a desire, it's God. It's not us. You may think it's you, but it's God wanting to. On page 290 in Science of Mind, I love this line. There is one supreme intelligence that governs, guides, and guards me, tells me what to do, when to act, and how to act. One supreme intelligence, right here, all the time. And that desire that you feel is God wanting to do something through you and bless you for doing it. There's a place when I finally said yes to ministry, because he, there's that Baptist, he, whatever, doesn't matter, called me like 2006. And I was like, oh, no. And then by 2016, took me 10 years to say yes. I don't regret a day of that because it brought me exactly where I needed to be, but it asked me for 10 years is the point. It never said, oh, it's okay, then I'll go do something else. It kept saying, will you? Will you? Will you? No. Okay. And through the 3 years of classes and the 3 years of licensure and then now, a year of ordination? Damn, it's been good. It's been really good, y'all. I want to back up a little bit. Can I have that slide? That's my friend Pearl. She's 94 there. She was a neighbor of mine. And one day I was driving home from CSL, 8:25 service. Anybody remember that? Oh, that was my favorite. I'm driving home, and I had seen this lady. She lived on the corner of my street. I live about a mile down the street from her. And I'd see her, and you got to picture this now. She would wear her pants up to about here. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but I do it at parties sometimes. And she's very hunched over. She got this little, well, she doesn't have it there, but she used to have this really tight perm and these glasses. You know, in the 50s, they used to have that metal thing with the little flowery thing on top, with her little pocketbook, standing at the bus stop. And I drove past, and this voice, as loud as I'm saying it right now, said, "Turn around." That wasn't me going, "Oh, I should turn around and talk to that lady." And we had seen each other in waves sometimes, and she'd be like, "Okay, hello, I don't know you." But loud, "Turn around." So by the time I rounded the corner, I had to go way around so I'd be on her side again. And I rolled down my window and said, "Hey, I'm your neighbor, I'm Jerry. Can I give you a ride?" And she got in the car with a total stranger. A stranger got in a car with a stranger. Now, we all know not to do that. Stranger danger. But she got in my car because it was God ordained. God told me to stop and turn around, and God must have told her to get in my car. And she was going to church. She went to a Baptist church down in White Center. I took her there, and it was like picking up my own grandmother. I'm a good old Southern girl. She's from Tennessee. She had this great little accent and this giggle, and we became friends. And I'd see her every now and then when our timing with the bus stop and me getting off at church would line up, and I'd say, "Get in the car," and I'd take her down. She'd go for breakfast first and then walk to church. And in that first ride, I told her about this group that my friends and I had formed called the Giving, Caring, Sharing Fund. We got sick of giving each other Christmas presents that we didn't need. And then we tried to just do one person, and we still are like, "This is stupid. Why are we spending all this money on each other? Let's do something." So we pooled all our money, and we would bring people to the group, say, "Hey, we ought to go paint that lady's porch," or whatever. Kind of a little mini habitat there, Tim. And so I told her about it, and I wrote my name and just had a piece of paper, pulled it out of the glove box, wrote my name, said, "Call me, if you need anything." Well, she never called. But I'd pick her up sometimes, and we'd have that, probably 15 minutes. Then one day she called to ask if I would take her to the Target. And I said yes. She needed cat food and coffee and donuts. The girl loved some donuts. And so I started doing little things like that for her, but she never called me to do anything for her. And then one morning, it was fall, and she called, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so cold. I'm just so cold." I was like, "Oh, I'll come right down." And I went in and saw that her furnace hadn't been turned on, so I got it turned on for her. I saw that note pinned to the wall over the chair that she sat in. That same note, all those years ago, that I had given her was still pinned to the wall. And I thought, I need to come back and check on you. Now, I'm going to go up to the college and do my class, and then I'm going to come back and check on you. And when I came back, she always had dishes on her porch because she liked to feed raccoons and strays. And she did a lot of that. And in the cat dish, there were coffee grounds. I was like, that's not the person I left 3 hours ago. What is going on? Well, it turned out she hadn't been eating. Her sodium got low, and it'll make you a little crazy. It'll really confuse you. It's not a good thing. and she was in a lot of pain, and, I can't talk to her doctor. He can't talk to me. Even though I called him, he's like, I can't say anything to you about her. And so I convinced her just by saying, should we, to go to the hospital. And she never went home again. She was in the hospital a few days. They got her right, but they said, she can't go home unless you can care for her 24/7, which I could not. And they would be like, you her daughter? I'm like, no, I'm a neighbor. She didn't have any children. She didn't have anybody. She had lost her husband back in the 90s, Thurman. So I got her into skilled care, and when she was done, I got her into skilled care, and one day I walked in and she said, I don't want to make any more decisions. I need a boss. I was like, do you want me to be your boss? And she said, yes. I'm like, okay. So I became her power of attorney for both medical and legal. Just a neighbor. Just somebody God yelled at. Got her into adult family, or adult, what do they call it? Where they don't have the kids around. Senior living. And then into an adult family home, and was there the morning she drew her last breath. What a blessing. Had no idea that turning my car around would bless my life with that friendship. Oh, she was a pistol. She had a way of patting your hand. She just pat. She'd be like, we're like sisters. And I'd be like, you're like my grandmother, okay? Like, you're 94. And I was only in my 50s, so. But we spoke about and knew that God had put us together on purpose. Talked about it all the time. That's that blessing that we walk away from. I could have kept driving. And she might never have called. God might have found some other outlet to help her and leave me on my own path. Because I blessed her life and she blessed my life. God help me. In that year, I watched every episode of the Waltons with her. And sometimes Little House on the Prairie, God help me. But we'd just sit and she'd watch her shows and we'd talk, and it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life. It's up there with my family and this ministry. When I came home agitated 4.5 years ago, just before COVID was hitting, and I'm like, what should I do? And I heard pray, and I was like, yeah, right, I know. Duh. And then it was like, no, pray. Just like that. No, pray. I went, okay. 4.5 years later, I'm sitting in that chair. Who'd have thunk it? Not me. Not sitting in a chair every day. I never did that. But it's the blessing. I was thinking some time ago about, because we talk about the will of God, the will of God, the will of God. And that's certainly in my upbringing. You got to do the will of God. And I'm like, I wonder what the will of God is. What's the will of God? I think it's to express goodness. And it finds avenue after avenue after avenue to do it. To express the goodness that it is. Express the goodness in your life. And cyclically in the life of someone else. Sometimes we feel, well, maybe I'll just talk about myself. Sometimes I feel like in this great, huge universe, there you are, this tiny little speck. But it's no accident that I'm here. And today, it's no accident that you're here. It's no accident that you're watching. It's God ordained. It's God expressing. It's God bringing itself together for its own benefit. Because it likes itself, I think. Science thinks it's expressed humanity 100 billion times. That's a big number. I was like, how big is that number? Well, since it's Seahawks, this is perfect. It would be 1.5 million lumen fields filled. I can't even wrap my head around that. And it's still doing it every day. Not just with the new life, but with us. It wants to express itself. I want to read my favorite book, Your Invisible Power, which is contained in this anthology. And you can get this one downstairs. You can get this one online. Your Invisible Power. He thought it was his most powerful work, Ernest Holmes. He wrote this in a section called, I am the Christ within you. Be still and know that I am that which thou art, and thou art that which I am. Be still and know that I am God within you. Be still and know that every atom of your body is in tune with perfect life. Be still and know that every organ of your body is in harmony with me. Be still and know that every activity of your physical being moves in accord with my divine perfection. I'm the principle of perfection within you, and I am also the activity of that principle, forever manifesting myself in perfect form. I am not caught in your body, I am your body. Never limited by its action, I produce its action. God speaking. I love this. By some divine intuition, by some inner whispering of your soul, by some light upon your path, you have progressed. I am that light. I am that urge, that whisper, that voice. It's God. And I want to share one more part. You are the execution of my will, as I am the one within you, which conceives of the purpose of that will. A divine idea wanting to express. I am the love, you are the beloved. I'm the love, you're the beloved. What else would we want? What else could we experience but to know that we're the beloved? I'm the abstract, you're the concrete. I'm the impersonal, you're the personal. There could be no you without me. So I'm asking you, would you be willing to surrender your, I'm going to do a few words here, your obstinance? That's my word. Your resistance, your no. Would you be willing to surrender? And surrender doesn't mean give up, it means give back. So would you give back to God your yes? And just see what it'll do. That's when you're in alignment with the truth of your being. That's when all parts of you are saying yes and moving forward on the path of your blessing, the path of your goodness. It's the whole reason I think we're here, is to be the vehicle that blesses and is blessed by it. If you know what it is, I urge you to act today. And that action might just be yes. It could be yes, I don't know how to do this. You don't have to. I didn't know how to do Anchored in Prayer. Zoom? Okay. 40 days? Okay. 4.5 years? Okay. It knows how to deliver whatever it is it's asking to do through you. It knows every piece of it. You don't have to know it. So your action today could just be like, okay, or it could be like, okay. That's what I did with ministry. Okay. Or you might know what you should do. Then do it and see what happens. What would be the harm of it? I'm really grateful you're here today. I'm grateful that you are a part of the way God blesses me. Every single one of you, every single one of you, every single one of you. I'm grateful that I'm in a reciprocal relationship with God, with you. Let's pray. Oh, God within, God without, God all around. God. I simply recognize the presence and the power and the blessing that you are. Not separate from me or anyone or anything, but alive and active, full of desire to know itself more and more and more and more different ways. And so I surrender myself right here in a yes that I'll keep saying because I know it's good, because I know it's you, God, and so it is.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. You say I am loved when I don't feel a thing, and you say I am strong when I think I am weak, and you say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong. Oh, you say I am yours, and I believe what you say of me. The only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my true identity. You say I am loved when I don't feel a thing, and you say I am strong when I think I am weak, and you say I am held when I am falling short,
Stephanie Ann Johnson. I love it when they are here. Oh, so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Abigail Shire, and I'm the assistant minister here at the center. And my pronouns are she and her, and it's my privilege to do the announcements with you today. So the first thing I wanted to mention is that if you are looking to tune into your inner voice, we're having spiritual tune-ups today after second service. So it's at 12:30 here in the sanctuary, also online. If you want to have a practitioner mini session, which is about 15 minutes, this is a free opportunity for you to really see what a full-length practitioner session might be like. And they do ask for a love offering, which they utilize to go on a retreat with each other. So I would encourage you to figure out if that's calling to you, and if it is, please do sign up. There will be posts online, and you can also go to the registration desk and they can give you more information about the spiritual tune-ups. In addition, I wanted to let you know that next week is Membership Sunday. We're going to be honoring those who have felt the call to be members, and we're also having a potluck. So I'd encourage all of you to bring some food because you do so well at the first Sunday of the month. We want to encourage you to try it out again next Sunday for our Membership Sunday potluck. And we have a couple of classes coming up. One is Learning from the Masters. And this is really looking at the people who inspired our founder, Ernest Holmes. Who were those people who really inspired him? And learning how those ancient spiritual wise teachers informed him and how that can inform you in your life today. So I encourage you to sign up for that class, Learning from the Masters, which is online only. And then we have Kathy Ann is going to be doing Money Mastery again this year. We already have over 100 people signed up from all across the world, and you too can participate and sign up and join in with all of the people. If you are lucky enough to be here in person, it will be here in the sanctuary. So I encourage you to sign up, and if you took it last year, you get to sign up at a discount this year. And because Kathy Ann is in Ireland right now, I just have a feeling she might be getting some spiritual downloads and some new information, because that's what she does every time she goes on spiritual retreat. She really gets new ideas, and so I'm sure those new ideas will help you with this idea that if you are seeking your good, that is an aspect of God that's seeking you. And she has practical tools and really easy ways for you to tune into that. So please sign up for Money Mastery. It is beginning on September 24th. And last but by no means least, we again are participating in the Finneywood Art Walk. And it is here and also all over the Finney Ridge neighborhoods, but we will be featuring artists down in our fellowship hall, and it is on Friday, September 13th from 6 to 9 p.m. So we'll have the gallery open this year, and you'll be able to check out some great local artists, a lot of which are in our community here at CSL Seattle. So that is all I have for the announcements. I do want to say that this amazing service. I want to thank you, Reverend Jerry. I love it when you speak. And she has a daily prayer. She was talking about it called Anchored in Prayer. And you can find out more about it on our website. But if you want to just sign in for a quick connection with a bunch of community members and be in collective prayer together, it happens at 7 a.m. every day. So I'd encourage you to sign up for that and just try it out one of these days and see what it's like. Now, with that, I would love to encourage our usher to please come forward. Brad, thank you so much. This community was created for each and every one of you to connect with your inner voice. And if it weren't for people like you investing in this community, then we wouldn't be here. So this is the opportunity to say, I believe in what we do. I trust that this message touches people beyond my own self, and I want to make an investment in the future of this community. So if you're considering making a gift today, I'd love for you to just put the gift over your heart. Maybe you give it digitally. Just put your hand over your heart. And know with me right now that this gift is a blessing. It blesses, it multiplies, and it is evidence of our faith and our belief. It does great work in the world, and it touches lives, it transforms hearts. It allows people to see and feel and know that they are part of something greater than themselves. It's something I call God, Spirit, Source, Universe, and it is here as this energy that we call money. Really, it just is a place for us to love and expand and grow ourselves and each other. And for that, I'm grateful, and so it is. So please come on up, dance, and give your gift to the offering basket here. And if you gave it online, just give it a little blessing, and we'll see you then.
And so we come to this moment where I'm Marjorie, I'm one of your practitioners, and we all love to pray for you. And we are here with you today. Joyce, who was just here, will be in the back corner. Francie will be with the prayer circle here. Online, Candace and Beverly are waiting for you to join them in a Zoom prayer circle. And so I am just so grateful for this opportunity to bless us all in this moment as we recognize that we are divinely attuned to the guidance of the one that is within all of us all the time, and that presence is around and fills everything always, always. And I invite you to join us at 7 o'clock on Zoom for Anchored in Prayer, and to take this with you into your lives, into the week, with the blessing that is filling all of your lives and all of our lives right now. And so it is.
All right, everybody, it's time for the closing sing-along. Please rise as you're able, get up on stage and dance, etc., and please sing along and have fun. Fire it up, Joe.